Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be recording a video talking about feeling ready, and I find this kind of funny because I even kind of relate to this where I feel like I always have to feel ready and to start something, but the truth behind it is that you don't. And so today I'm going to be diving into that subject. But before I do, make sure to go ahead and like this video. And while you're at it, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified from whenever I post, because you never want to miss a weekly and daily upload. I post my podcast episode and Annie Talks extended weekly and my shorts daily. So let's go ahead and get started. So you may want to start something. Whatever it is that God has laid on your heart, whether that is to start a business, whether that is to start your ministry, start posting videos on social media, I don't know, do a crusade or start an outreach or start a group at your school or literally anything that God has called you or told you to do. But you feel like you have to have everything ready and set in stone for you to go ahead and start doing what He's told you to do. And I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you straight up that you're just delaying your calling. You're not going to have everything figured out when you first start. You're not going to have everything picture perfect, and that's just the reality of it all. And I'm telling you this from experience. Like when I first started my channel, before I started my channel when I was younger, I knew I was called to do ministry. I knew I was called to post on social media, even though at the time, I didn't have Instagram or anything like that. And so when I was young, I would always make videos talking about God and so on. And there's this one specific video talking about Paul and Silas, and I recorded that video 4 times. I'm not even joking. The amount of times I recorded that it's so funny to me. And every time I didn't post that video, it was always because there was just something that I didn't like about it. There's just something that I just, no, you know what, I'm gonna do it again. It's not perfect. I just need it to be perfect as my first video. And I realized that no matter what I try to do, it's never gonna really be perfect in my eyes. It's never gonna be the perfect first video. I literally recorded that video 3 or 4 times, and that wasn't enough. You know what I mean? And so sharing this from my experience is I posted that video, that Paul and Silas video, and I was I'm just gonna post this. I don't care how this turns out. I recorded this so many times, and I just have to do it. I just have to do it, and I just have to press upload. Because what's gonna go wrong? You get a couple of views, or there's nothing that can really happen. Even when I started my podcast on this channel, I had every right to be no, I want this to be this certain way, and I didn't have it all figured out. The day of my podcast, it was launching, that's when I had everything ready. I wasn't even all ready. That's when I decided. I set a date, and I was no, this is when I'm going to post this. This is when I'm going to start this podcast. I'm just going to start. Because the reality of it is that you are never going to feel ready. You are never going to feel I have the most perfect setup, that I have the most perfect chance, or this is the perfect time to do this. That's just the reality of it all. And that is completely fine. If God has told you to start social media and start posting videos, okay, grab your phone and press record. If God has told you to start a business, okay, start posting about your product. Start posting about, do you need this service done? You do not need the perfect amount of things or the perfect equipment to start. You may feel like you do. You may feel there are so many examples here on YouTube of people who have not even the best setups, not even the best equipment, but yet they have a following, not because of the things that they have, their phone or the recording, the bad quality necessarily, but because of the things that they bring to the table. Because what you are not understanding is that you are delaying the calling that God has placed on your life just because you want everything to be picture perfect ready for when you start. If you want everything to be perfect, you're never gonna get there. You're never going to feel ready. You're never going to be ready to start. So why not start now? Why not go out and do those things that God has told you to do? But no, because you're scared, you're not doing it. Do not despise the day of small beginnings. That's what it says in the Bible. So yeah, you're starting off like this, but that's not where you're going to end. You're going to keep on growing. You're going to expand your setup. You're going to expand your resources. You're not going to stay at the same level. But first, you just have to start doing whatever it is that God has placed on your heart. There is always room for growth. There is always room to keep on growing. But how are you going to grow if you haven't even started yet? How do you expect for God to expand your territory when you haven't even taken the first step of obedience? Delayed obedience is still disobedience. So because you think, oh yeah, I'm obeying God, but I'm just waiting a little bit for the time to be right. No, you're just delaying the calling even more. And in result, delayed obedience is still disobedience. So you're being disobedient to God. I don't think you realize the chain reaction of what you're doing. Because you're not starting now. People can perish every single day, and they may never even hear the gospel because you're delaying the call, because you feel like you have to have everything sorted out. Or because you aren't starting that business, people have a need for that product or for that service, but that demand has left because you're delaying your calling. Again, like, you have no idea how much of an impact you can have if it wasn't for you disobeying God. Like, I know it can be scary at first to just take that step, but just step into that calling. Like, just step into the calling that God has called you to do. Like, step into that obedience, because God has so many things planned for you, and you have no idea how much of an impact those things will have on people because you just don't go ahead and do it. And I'll give you this example in the Bible. In the Gospels, we see that Jesus asked Peter to stand on his boat so he can teach people in the crowd. So that's what he did. Peter gave him permission to stand on his boat and teach. And you may or may not know the story where Jesus is telling him, like, hey, like, son of Zebedee, like, follow me. Like, I want you to follow me. Like, drop everything and follow me right now. And Peter could have easily been like, no, like, I have to have everything sorted out. Like, I have to, make the arrangements for that. I have to, like, figure out things with my parents, or, like, with my business. Like, I have to fish, or I have these orders, or, like, he could have said so many excuses. Like, he could have made up any excuse. But no, we see here in this story that immediately he drops everything to follow Jesus. Just like literally mostly all of the disciples, they just all dropped everything to follow him. Look at Matthew, the tax collector. He was collecting taxes. Literally, he was in the moment collecting taxes. He left his post and he was like, you know what? I'm never going to come back here again, because I'm going to follow Jesus. He didn't go back to his house to, arrange. No, he dropped everything to follow the Son of God. And so you, in that same way, likewise, you have to be like that. It doesn't matter what's going on. Just go ahead and drop everything and follow him and start. Don't look back at Sodom and Gomorrah panicking, or how am I supposed to? No, go ahead and look forward and do it. So whatever it is that God is calling you to do, are you being obedient? Are you stepping into that calling? Or are you just delaying it because you feel the need to be ready? So thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. It has been so great to have you here and tuning in. I love you guys so much. Before I go ahead and end this video, make sure to check out my website, analiz.com, for more information about all things ministry and my podcast. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. I love you guys so much. Have the most amazing day, you guys. Be blessed and be joyful. Annie signing off. Bye, you guys.